Severance isn't just a masterclass in storytelling. Its visual artistry is just as deliberate, just as unsettling. The show doesn't just use art as decoration. It embeds meaning into every painting, every color choice, and every frame. And once you start seeing the connections, you can't unsee them. Let's break down how Severance uses art to shape its world. Kier Taming the Four Tempers isn't just corporate propaganda, it's a direct allusion to religious iconography. Kier, the godlike founder, is shown subduing chaos, positioning himself as a force of order. But look closer, and the composition feels eerily familiar. Let's compare it to Christ driving the money changers out of the temple. In that painting, Christ cleanses a corrupted space, purging greed and moral decay. Kier's role in Severance mirrors this, except here, the corruption he is taming is human emotion itself. He isn't restoring balance, he's erasing it. The goats keep appearing as a prominent detail. Its presence feels deliberate, almost accusatory. And in biblical history, goats have always carried weight. The most famous reference is the scapegoat, a creature burdened with the sins of the community and cast away. In Severance, the employees themselves are the scapegoats, stripped of identity and forced to suffer for the company's sins. They exist only to absolve Lumen of guilt. The goat isn't just an eerie visual motif, it's a quiet reminder that someone is always paying the price. Kier invites you to drink his water radiates quiet authority. A man offers water, an invitation that feels both generous and unescapable. But what if this isn't an invitation at all? What if it's an ultimatum? Compare this to Friedrich's Wanderer Above the Sea of Fog. The wanderer alone faces the unknown, free to interrupt the world before him. But Kier, he isn't facing the unknown, he's telling you what to see, what to believe, and what to drink. One figure embodies curiosity, the other control. One invites contemplation, and the other demands compliance. The difference between these two paintings is the difference between autonomy and obedience, between the vast openness of thought and the tight, quiet grip of ideology. Let's explore two of the most striking paintings in Severance: the grim barbarity of optics and design and macrodata refinement calamity. These works, placed in different departments within Lumen, are not just decor, they are tools of manipulation. At first glance, both paintings share a chaotic, grotesque aesthetic, each depicting one department violently overpowering the other. The grim barbarity of optics and design paints MDR workers as victims, suffering at the hand of their O&D colleagues. Meanwhile, macrodata refinement calamity flips the script. This time it's the MDR employees who are the aggressors. The result, two competing narratives, each fueling paranoia and mistrust. But there's another layer to these paintings. The distorted figures and the chaotic energy call back to Francisco Goya's Saturn devouring his son. In that haunting masterpiece, Saturn, consumed by paranoia, devours his own child to prevent his downfall. Severance's paintings borrow from this nightmarish style, using shadowy tones and exaggerated violence to emphasize all-consuming power. Just as Goya's piece represent unchecked authority and fear, these paintings embody the company's deliberate strategy, keeping the employees terrified of each other so they never question who the real oppressor is. Art in Severance isn't just a backdrop, it's a weapon. It shapes perception, enforces ideology, and manipulates reality. Every painting, every brushstroke, every shadow serves a purpose: to reinforce Lumen's control over its workers, and once you start seeing that, you realize that the real horror of Severance isn't just what's happening inside the workplace, it's how easily the same tactics exist in the real world.